All right, go ahead.
Con. All right, Shalom. This is the brothers from GMS Tampa Bay. This is the brother Young.
Brother Arya.
Oh, this is the brother Ash.
Con. We're gonna come at you with a live lesson here through the Spirit. Lord willing, the Lord, is gives us a spirit of edification for the brothers that are watching. First and foremost, we want to give all the praises and glory to Yahweh,
Oh,
Bahashem,
Ash.
Hashem,
Yahushai,
Yahusha,
Ash.
Hashem,
Hashem.
Baka, Dash.
Con. And double honor to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and its truth and sincerity. We got this article here. Your brothers can see. All right, it's one of the latest RT articles that came out. All right, and it says it's titled "Trump
Um,
threatens to build up." What's
I
up,
can
Mark?
put it. I can put it on the screen real quick. Hold on. I got it pulled up.
All
Just
right,
put it on the
come.
screen real quick.
Uh,
As you go ahead and speak, though, I'll put it on the screen as you speak.
So basically the title is of the article. It says Trump threatens to build up U.S. nuclear arsenal until Russia, China come to their senses. All right, and as you see there on the screen, all right, that's the latest article that came out today out on RT News. All right, so you got Donald Trump, all right, threatening about building up, all right, America's nuclear arsenal. All right, first and foremost, just on a side note, that just goes to show you that America's nuclear arsenal is not up to par to Russia most importantly. All right, but really, to compare to the rest of the other nations, America is really behind as far as nuclear capability, or not as far as nuclear capability, but if Donald Trump got to come out and say that they're gonna build up their nuclear arsenal, is because they're a little behind and they got to speed things up a little bit, to compete with what's going on with Russia. All right, because Russia is supplying a lot of these nations with a lot of military weapons. All right, Ariel, you had a precept.
Huh. All right, so we'll start with the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 6, or verse 5, rather. Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise
Uh,
and garments rolled in blood.
and that
But
if you go so like if you go into World War I and World War II, um, those wars, all right, they were fought with confused noise. And what else did it say, Art?
it says, in garments rolled in blood.
Salakia, start reading from the top again, Baba Kishar.
Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood.
Right? And when you go into World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War, all these other ancient wars, that's exactly what it was. All right, you had these confused noise. You hear guns going off. You had swords clanging against shields, men screaming. All right, bombs, grenades, blasting, blowing up your legs. Bullets flying past you. All types of chaos, and you had nothing but complete bloodshed. All right, you go to the American Revolution. All right, the Civil War. All right, those that's what that's talking about. Every war, every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. All right, but go ahead.
But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
So there you go. The scriptures is talking about fuel, man. All right, it said this shall be with burning of fuel. All right, so this coming war, this coming epidemic that's coming to the world is going to be with burning of fuel and what? With fire, right?
With burning and fuel of fire.
With burning and fuel of fire, man. All right, so what's going to bring that, man? All right, what's going to bring that burning and the fuel of fire, man? All right, it's only one thing, because a machine gun is not going to bring a burning of fuel. All right, it's not going to bring that. All right, a machine gun, it ain't got no fuel in it, man. All right, it's talking about these missiles. All right, and that's why you got tensions building up around the world with these nuclear missiles. All right, And then here it is, you got Donald Trump talking about they're going to build up this arsenal. All right, just prepare another step towards this nuclear warfare that's coming, man. All right. And those that are watching, all right, we see what's coming, man. Okay, we see the coming destruction. We see the pending judgment. Okay, go ahead, Art.
That was it on that one.
Come. The brother got that Isaiah 54.
Jeremiah 54.
No. Isaiah 54 and 16.
I got it.
Come on, Bubba, sure.
This is Isaiah 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Come on, and who are those smiths that created the coals of fire? First and foremost, those coals of fire is talking about the nuclear missiles, man. And who are the smiths? Those are the scientists that created the nuclear missiles, man. The scientists behind the creation of the nuclear warfare, man. Going back to the Manhattan Project, okay. And here today, you got these scientists that the government has, set aside to be able to enhance these nuclear war weapons, okay? Because now it's no longer atomic missiles; it's nuclear fission that's occurring, okay?
And even in that movie, the new, not the one that's about to come out, but the one I think it came out like 2014, the movie Godzilla.
Okay.
They were trying to blow Godzilla up with a nuclear missile, and the gook, he was like, oh, that's not gonna do anything to him. And then the coon, of course, it was a coon. He was in the Navy, and when he wasn't the admiral, but he was like the guy under the admiral. He was like, oh, we tried to kill him with kilotons back in '54. Now we're talking about megatons. That bomb we used in '54 is going to look like a firecracker compared to this bomb. So even in these movies, they show that the technologies of these missiles have increased over the years. You know, and they're much more powerful. You know, the Spirit had me do a video on that a couple months back, comparing the little man and the fat boy,
yep,
to the nuclear missiles they have now, and it's like 100 million times stronger. So I forgot the exact number, but it's millions times stronger than what they had when they dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Kind of. Well, the biggest nuclear bomb ever created, the Tsar, from Russia, was 100 million megatons. You know, so just that was the biggest missile ever created. That's the one that most famously gets showed. You know, when people show an explosion of a nuclear missile, you know, off an island.
You know, and that's old.
Yeah,
that's like from the 80s or something like that.
Exactly, kind of.
Well, imagine what they got now.
Yep.
High technology. Yeah. And you know, and the brother's talking about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the fat man, little boy. You know, that's what basically what ended World War II. Yep. You know that basically solidified Esau as the top nation on the earth, top dog. All right, top nation. Let me get this one real quick. This is Book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. It says, "The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly." And we're talking about, when it says woes, we're talking about these world wars, these destructions. All right, and that second destruction, which was World War II, that it came and went, and it left with a bang. All right, and left hundreds of thousands of people dead in an instant, and then after that, subsequently, people were still dying. And that place has still got nuclear. What you call it? Is radioactive over there.
Yeah, radioactive fallout, whatever they call it.
Yep. Hey, even to this day, you know, you can do a little research on the World War I and World War II, and not even take into account the nuclear missiles that were dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki back over there in Japan, and just look at the death toll and the money that was being spent on the buildings that were destroyed by missiles being dropped. All right, just the death toll alone was in the millions of people, man. All right, so there was a big destruction of people and architecture, all right, buildings, all right, all those things. All right, there was a big destruction worldwide, man. All right, even here in America, you know, they felt a little bit of it when Pearl Harbor got bombed. You know, so there was a huge destruction, and that's how you know that that's those woes, which when you go into those words, they mean destruction. All right, that's what that's talking about. The first woe being World War I, and the second woe being World War II. All right, but I got a quick precept if any brother doesn't
Well,
have
let me
anything
finish
else.
that. Let me finish this up in Isaiah.
Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. All right, those, like brother said earlier, those smiths are those scientists, those mad scientists. Okay, Esau is that mad scientist because they get the information from Yahweh Shema Shai. Really, it's the spirit of the Lord that led them. All right, to create those nuclear missiles, beginning with the Manhattan Project, which was funded by the Oppenheimers. Okay, because what a smith in the ancient days, all right, a smith created swords, and what is Esau's blessing? The sword. Okay, so that's another sign right there who the Edomites are. Because if the Edomites' blessing is the sword, what is the ultimate sword in modern day? Is those nuclear missiles. And who's creating them? It's not the Chinese, man. It's not the pogo stick hopping Africans. You don't have no like Apostle Gabar said. It's not a Negro with his hat backwards. All right, it's not a so-called Latino with his face tattooed. All right, with a couple heads chopped off under his belt. No, it's the so-called white man that's creating these and that's funding the programs to create these the missile technologies and all the what's it called, the technology for war, so to say. It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. All right. And who's the waster? Esau is the waster, man. He's the one that goes around destroying. And then the perfect precept, a perfect example is Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. The only man ever, the only person ever to drop nuclear, or not nuclear, but atomic missiles on anybody. The only one to ever drop a bomb like that is the so-called white man. Yep. All right. The only one to ever drop bombs, period, on a level like that is a so-called white man. All right. The Chinese haven't bombed Pakistan with the devastating force like Little Man and Fat Boy. All right. The Hamites, they haven't done nothing like that. Our people, the Israelites, sure as hell ain't done nothing like that. Yeah, they might be part of Esau's military, but they're not leading the charge, so to say. Okay. Go ahead.
I got a quick precept. This is well, let me first read this. This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 23. It says, "O Yahweh, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps." All right. So the Lord is the one that's directing these guys to make these missiles. All right. He's the one who, like the brother just read in Isaiah 54 and 16, that created the smiths. All right. For the what did it say? The burning of coals.
That burns the coals in the fire.
That's the Lord. The Lord is putting it in these devil spirits. The Lord is putting the spirit into Donald Trump to want to say that he's going to build the nuclear arsenal. All right, whether he does it or not, he's still putting it in his spirit to say that. All right, the Lord is putting it in the spirit of Putin to make those missiles the way he makes them. All right, to have his scientists do all those things. All right, okay. And I got another precept on exactly that. All right, because this is all in the hands of the Most High. The Lord is the one doing this. All right, this is the plot of the Most High to bring that judgment on the world. All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, and verse 39. It says, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. If I whet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render my vengeance to my enemies and will reward them that hate me." All right. And he said, if I whet my glittering sword, man, that's talking about these missiles, man. All right. That's talking about these missiles. Go ahead, Doc.
I'm going to say, he says he whets them, meaning he sharpens them. So he's basically getting them ready for war. So as he whets his glittering sword, which is like the brother just says, likening onto the missiles. Hey, man, the Lord kills and makes alive. So in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established, there's got to be a lot of killing out here. And as the Lord, he called Esau, or what do you say, the smith that blows the coals in the fire to bring forth the weapon for his indignation. So that's the glittering sword. That weapon is the glittering sword. All right. What's really gonna end up doing is gonna bring this kingdom to naught. The one that we're in captivity, the one that's basically got the whole world in turmoil. The Lord's gonna kill him, because the Lord, like the brother just read, the Lord's the one that killeth. All right. He maketh alive. He's the one. He does everything. Everything is sanctioned by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So this is supposed to happen. This needs to happen in order for the kingdom of righteousness to be established here on the earth. Death and destruction has to come.
Let me keep reading. This is verse 42. It says, I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. All right, and the Lord said he's going to make his arrows drunk with blood. Now, if a brother can get the scripture about the arrows, who may turn them back, right? Because those arrows, that's talking about the arrows is them arrows is talking about these nuclear missiles, man. All right, if you look at an arrow being shot into the sky, and you look at a missile coming out of a silo, you see the exact same thing, man. All right, just in the ancient of days, when they were writing the scriptures, they didn't have no other better description but that of an arrow. All right, but the Lord said, I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, man. Meaning these nuclear missiles, and like the brother said earlier, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they're prime examples of that, man. All right, and those weren't even the nuclear missiles that are created for today's judgment, man.
Those were atomic.
Exactly. You know, that was the splitting of atoms, man. Now we're talking about nuclear fission, man.
Yeah.
That's an even greater explosion, a greater split.
Okay. You're getting down to the nucleus now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of real quick before Ariel, you got that Joel?
I got the second Ezra 16. I think that's what he wanted.
I'll get Joel. Joel, what 3?
Okay. Yeah, but before you get that, let me get this. This is Isaiah 13 verse 5. Before you get the they won't turn back. Okay, this is Isaiah 13 verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
Come on, read that again, Aki.
Now, this is Isaiah 13 and 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
Right. So these weapons come from a far country. Okay. They're literally shot from continent to continent. That's why Esau does them intercontinental ballistic missiles, intercontinental hypersonic ballistic missiles, if you want to call them that now. All right. They're shot from a far country, and there's really nothing you could do about it once they're let off. I can bring out this one now. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 16. Well, I'll start at 13. I'll read on down real quick. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. All right, and those arrows liken unto what the nuclear missiles, when they begin to be shot unto the ends of the world. Verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled, and shall not be put out, till it consume the foundation of the earth. Verse 16. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backwards.
There you go.
Even so the plague that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again.
Come on, read that again, but just that one part.
Like, this is verse 16, 2nd Ezra 16 and 16. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backwards. Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again.
All right, what's that plague is talking about, man? That's talking about the plague of death. All right, because that's what the nuclear missiles are going to bring, man. All right. So when you see that word plague there, that's talking about these nuclear missiles, because the plague that is bringing is death, man. All right, and that plague is not going to be turned back, man. Once those missiles get launched, there is no coming back from that, man. And that's what Putin said, man. All right, he said, hey, if we got to go into nuclear missiles, we're going to die and we as martyrs, but y'all going to go to hell, man. And then that's exactly, well, he don't know that, these devils, you know, some of them act like they don't know that they're Edomites too, but you know, they all going to hell, man. All these Edomites are going to be going into slavery, man. All right. But nonetheless, all right, once those missiles get launched into them skies, man, there ain't no hacking them missiles and coming and they directing them back to where they came from, man. There ain't no such thing. All right.
See, I think there's another one. There's another one. Let me try to find it. There was another one about the arrows sending them back, right?
Well, I know that in Joel says they shall not miss or break their ranks.
Right. There's another one though.
I got that in Joel, but it's a little bit of a lengthy read. So, but go ahead, if brothers got them scriptures, go ahead and get that before I get that in Joel.
Let me get this one. Hold on, I got another one. I was looking for it, but I'll get the next one. Book of Jeremiah. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 50. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 25. The Lord Yahweh hath opened up Salah. The Lord Yahweh hath opened his armory, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. I'll read it one more time. Jeremiah 50, verse 25. The Lord Yahweh hath opened his armory, and hath brought forth weapons of his indignation.
Kind of, what's that army, man? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say the same thing. Go ahead. No, you speak on it, brother.
Kind of, that army is talking about these nuclear arsenals, man. All right, all these missiles that are being created, man. That's the Lord's army, man. All right, that's what that is, man. All right, you damn scoffers out there.
I got a precept real quick.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So it said, it made a distinction between the chariots of the Lord, which will be zapping niggas, all right, and the fire. When that fire is going to be through those weapons of his indignation, which are so-called which are called ICBMs, nuclear weapons.
Yep. It says you plead with all flesh. Yeah, it means you're gonna judge everybody, right? It's gonna be a time of judgment on the earth where basically that judgment is gonna come into the form of fire. Okay, so last time it was water, and this time it's gonna be fire, right? He's gonna plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. The slain of the Lord is gonna be millions of people, billions. They're gonna be wiped off the face of the earth. Let me finish reading this real quick in Jeremiah 50. I'll read it again. Jeremiah 50 and 25. The Lord hath opened his armory, and like the brother said, the armory is the nuclear arsenal, because that's going to be the beginning of the World War III. It's going to be the beginning and the end of this world, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation, the missiles. For this is the work of the Lord God of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. All right, and the Chaldeans is likened on to the elites, all right, of this place. All right, the which we'll call the Rothschilds, Rockefeller, those high mighty Edomites. Those will be the modern day Chaldees today. All right, and this is the land, and this is their land. Basically, the whole world is their land because they run everything. So it's going to be, so the Lord's going to open up the weapons of his indignation upon everywhere Esau dwells. Okay, and bringing sword destruction. Go ahead, brothers.
Yep. I got that Joel 2 waiting.
Go ahead.
Okay. It's a little bit of a read, but this is Joel chapter 2. I'm just going to start from the top. But it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. And that's what we're doing, man. All right, that's what this video is about. All right, that's why we go out on the highways and byways. All right, that's why brothers make videos about this very same topic, man. All right, because we're blowing that trumpet. All right, and if you go back into the ancient days, whenever there would be the enemy coming or some sudden destruction that was coming, the watchmen, all right, that were set up on the towers, all right, of the walls of the city, they would blow the trumpet to let the people know that there was a danger. So that's what it means by blow ye the trumpet in Zion. All right, Zion being the Israelites, the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand." And it's complete, plain as day that the people of Israel are not trembling, man. The only ones that are trembling are the men of the Lord. All right, and you got a little bit here and there that know of what's coming. All right, but really they're not really in fear because you don't see them out on the highways and byways. All right. It says, "A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after, even to the years of many generations," man. So the day of the Lord, all right, this coming destruction that's coming, that the Lord is bringing, all right, is going to be like a day that's never been, all right. And it's clear and evident what that, and it's clear and evident of what is bringing that judgment, all right. It's clear and evident why, all right. We've been speaking about it, man. All right, it's these nuclear missiles, all right. You know, never has there been a day where there's been a destruction that's going to come by these nuclear missiles that are set and aimed here at America, man, and really around the whole world, but mainly here in America. All right. Getting to the point, this is verse 3. It says, "A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth." All right.
And that's describing the actual ICBM.
Yep.
When it gets shot off from the silos, because the fire, it said the fire burned. What did it say? The fire burned in front of it or something like that?
Yeah, it says, "A fire devoureth before them."
Because the fire devoured before them, because as soon as the warheads come out of that ICBM, the propulsion system, then guess what? The warheads are about to devour. All right, because that's the teeth of the lion, so to say. That's where the power lies in those warheads, and then the flame burneth behind it because that's the propulsion system. All right, that's what gets them into the heavens, and then after that, all right, they navigate to where they need to be. If you can watch matter of fact that Russia put out that video of them shooting the missiles off, and one of the place it hit, not one of the place it hit was Florida, right here in the good old Tampa Bay. and you saw how the warhead was navigating. It's like if you ever watch a movie where they're in space, or even you can even watch NASA videos, how it'll shoot, like there's the spaceship or the warhead will shoot like little streams of air. It looks like, just to maneuver them a certain way, like from the sides, from the back. That's how them warheads work, to navigate them to where they need to go. And the shit is, they start spinning, and it's like we said, we started it. Esau's a mad scientist, man. He's that Smith that blows the coal in the fire, man. He's a mad scientist. He's an engineer of wickedness, man. He has perfected it. Go ahead.
It says, "The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them."
That's right. So what, right? Everybody wants to come to America. You got this caravan coming from Guatemala, El Salvador, coming through Mexico because they think this is the land of Eden. They think this is the paradise. They can come here and live it up. They can whatever the hell they think, and they think this is the place of Eden or a paradise. But what? Before these missiles hit, that's what people are going to think. But after, it's going to be a desolate wilderness. All right, nothing's gonna reside here except for those desert creatures, those devils and those foul spirits, as the scriptures say.
And really, that goes for anywhere where those missiles hit, because it can be a beautiful land before, like it says, is as the Garden of Eden before them. So it's a beautiful land. There's trees, there's deers, there's birds. There's all types of things that these people consider the world to be beautiful. And then what does it say? And behind them a desolate wilderness. So after they hit, all that beauty goes away, and there's nothing left but destruction and in a straight desert wilderness. All right. And continuing on in finishing off verse 3, it says, "Yea, and nothing shall escape them." All right, so nothing is going to be able to escape these nuclear missiles and the explosions that they're going to bring. Okay. Verse 4, it says, "The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. All right, because the appearance of them being as horses, all right, the horses symbolize power, man. All right, when you see when you go into these ancient, or not ancient, but when you go into these movies about the Wild West, about Indians, when you go into Alexander the Great movies, you see the men riding in on horses, all right, symbolizing that power that they're bringing, all right, symbolizing a force of power that's coming towards a point of battle or a point of judgment. All right. And that's what these missiles are going to be doing as well, man. They're going to be riding through the skies as horses. All right. And as, like I said here, it says, and as horsemen, so shall they run. All right. So they're going to be going and they're going to be coming to the point of that battle, man, that point of judgment, which is mainly here in America, man. All right. It says, verse 5, it says, like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap. And like the brother was just saying, man, these missiles are going to be moving up and down, just like the chariots. When you see them up in, when you see them moving around on top of the, up in the sky, that's the same thing that these nuclear missiles are going to be doing, man, moving left and right like the snake, like it says in Revelation. All right, I forget what chapter that is. I believe it might be 9.
Yeah, 9. I think 9 and 10.
A perfect example is those missiles that the hypersonic missiles Russia got. They can evade any missile defense system. How are they gonna do that? Because they're gonna be squirming in the air, man.
Continuing on, it says, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble as a strong people set in battle array.
Read that. Start at the top again of that verse, Bible Shaw.
This is Joel chapter 2, verse 5. It says, like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains shall they be.
So the noise of chariots. So it's what's gonna make they're gonna make sonic booms, right? Because they're gonna you got missiles that they break the sound of what's it called, the sound barrier, or sound of speed, whatever it's called. So it's gonna in that day it's gonna be sonic boom after sonic boom, explosion after explosion. See, people are gonna hear this worldwide. It's gonna make let me get it real quick. I must be able to get this real quick before we read on. Give me 1 second, because this is what's gonna happen. Holy Jesus. Okay, here we go. This is here it is. Isaiah 24 and 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. So the earth is going to be rocking to and fro from all these explosions, all these, because we talking about megatons, and you go into that. Well, we'll leave it to you watchers or you viewers to go into that megatons versus kilotons and whatnot. But we talking about hundreds of millions of megatons going off at the same time, because the scripture says there's going to be 200,000 thousands of missiles. All right, if you have the understanding of it, which I have it right here. We're gonna get into that a little later. But imagine all the missiles hitting within minutes of each other, man. Some over here, some over there, all throughout the world, man. The earth is gonna be it's gonna rock to and fro like a drunkard, man. What is if you see a drunkard rocking to and fro, what is that? It's because he's drunk off his ass. And he can't even stand up. He's walking this way, he's walking that way. Somebody got to hold him up. He has no stability to himself. So that's how the earth is gonna be, man. The earth is literally gonna shake. The earth is literally gonna shake, man, in that day. Go ahead and keep reading, Bible Shop.
Verse 6. It says, let me finish verse 5. It says, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble as a strong people set in battle array. All right, going into that, like the brother was just saying. Verse 6. Before their face, the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. All right. And that's talking about how petrified these people are going to be when they get those messages on their phones about missiles coming their way, man. If
I can say real quick, it says, it says all faces shall gather blackness, and that's cut on that black shit. That's why we don't call ourselves black, all right? Because black means everything negative. So basically, their faces they're gonna have negative countenance on their face. they're gonna be scared out of their mind, terrified when they get that alert on their phone, or when they get the breaking news update, and knowing they're about to die in 30 minutes. You know, we don't call ourselves that because that's a negative term,
Yeah.
right? Just throwing it out there.
Hey, and another thing for black is void of knowledge. That's why white is compared to white is as pure, meaning you have the knowledge, and black is darkness or evil because you don't have the knowledge. So when like I said, these people face gonna be like dark or what's it, black face,
Blackness.
blackness. So they're not gonna have
Black.
no knowledge. All right, they're not gonna have no. They're gonna be running out their wits. You know, bugging the hell out.
Not
You know,
knowing
like
why.
brother said, they're gonna get that alert. You know, a missile's coming. Look what happened in Hawaii when it was a false alarm. Niggas was throwing their kids in the sewers. You know, doing the FaceTime of what they asking people across the world what they should do. You know, oh my
It
god,
actually gets into that. It actually gets into that later on in that chapter. I think a few verses down. Like, people are gonna be going crazy. People will be going crazy in that time, man. Go ahead, bro.
Come. This is verse 7. It says, "They shall run like mighty men; they shall climb the wall like men of war."
God,
Right? When it says there, "They shall climb the wall like mighty men of war." All right, like brother was saying earlier, man, you got Russia who has these hypersonic missiles that are able to dodge these missile defense systems. That's that wall that is talking about that is climbing. All right, because in the ancient days, all right, like we spoke of earlier, these cities would be walled villages, walled cities. All right, and to be able to get over that, you would have to climb it. These other men that would try to invade those cities, they would have to climb the walls. Well, and the walls would be the defense of the city, basically. All right. Well, the cities, or that wall that are defending the cities nowadays is talking about these missile defense systems. All right, and America's is so weak that they're going to be climbed over, man.
yeah, that's right.
Russia has clearly put that out there, man.
Hey,
I got real quick, bro. I got one thing real quick. Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 11 says, "And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them with dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates, and take a spoil." All right, because at the end of the day, hey, America is known as that what's the word, unwalled village right now. All right, that's America right now. That's the land of unwalled village. That's the unwalled village. Okay, there's no the missile defense system here is complete basura. Okay, caca, and they know it don't work. All right, Esau know that shit don't work, and Esau over there in Russia knows they can get through it in a split second. They can smash through the missile defense system like wet paper mache, man.
Hey, well that's why so like real quick, that's why Donald Trump, like a little chihuahua, got to puff his chest out, man, because he knows he ain't got nothing backing him up, man. He got to bark like a little dog. He got to try to scare his enemy because he knows that his doors are wide open, man. You know. But go ahead, Art.
No, keep reading. Oh, go ahead, brother.
Real quick, like the brother said, the missile defense system is a complete failure over here in America. Just this year, they tested it and it failed. It didn't do a goddamn thing. It's a waste of money. That there go taxpayers' money. You know, they might as well be wiping their asses with it because they tested it earlier this year over there out in I think it was in the Pacific. It was a complete failure, man. So hey, that was the spirit of the Lord in those missiles, because you know they put billions, if not trillions, of dollars into them systems. You know, it's not no cheap shit. It's not on the level as the S-300s or the S-400s, but it's America. You know, they put some money into it. But what the spirit of the Lord had them test that shit and fell horribly. It wouldn't block not one missile, man. But what? Hey, that's because it's the city what it say, the unwalled cities, you know. And that's the Lord. The Lord don't want America to be guarded. The Lord wants America coast to coast. Every square mile of America is going to get burnt up. Thus saith the Lord.
Yep. Okay. It says, "They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war.
Ooh,
and they shall march."
Real quick, a perfect example of that, because you made reference to it, of the ancient wars or whatever. the ancient days, men would have to invade the city by getting through that wall or getting over the wall somehow. A perfect movie to watch and to see that example is the Prince of what is it, the Prince of Persia,
Yep.
or Prince of Persia, the Sand of Times, where the first battle scene or the main battle scene at the beginning, what they had to do, they had to get over the wall. And they send the dude, I forgot what his name is in the movie, but it's the same, I don't know, whatever. But nonetheless, they had to get over the wall. You know, they literally had to physically get over that wall. Well, guess what? Now the walls are these missile defense systems, and Russia got the top shit. All right, Russia got they selling S-300s, they selling S-400s to all these nations that are in, allies with them, such as Iran, Syria. They gave some to China. I believe they sent us some to India as well, and even Iran, if I didn't mention them.
Did Turkey get them?
Yeah, I believe Turkey got them, and that's why America got all butthurt. But what now? Russia, Spirit had me do a video like 2 weeks ago. Russia got S5, 6, and 700s on deck.
Whoa.
Yes. So what do you think those capabilities are? They haven't sold them to anybody. They saying they're still testing them or whatever. Whoop de whoop. But if they're all the way to up to S700s, imagine the capabilities of that. But even that's gonna fail in that day, you know, because those, as the brother's gonna read, none of these missiles, even because America is the #2 stockpile of nuclear missiles. All the missiles gonna hit their targets. You know, that's why it not just America. America from coast to coast gonna be destroyed, but there's gonna be a lot of places in the world to get devastated from these nuclear missiles, man. This is not, we're not making this video. Yeah. Even a perfect example. Israel got the Iron Dome. They call it the Iron Dome, and it's like an invisible force field where missiles can't really get through it. I remember watching a video. This is before I even came into truth. Niggas was sending missiles and they would just blow up in midair. They call it the Iron Dome, but that shit's gonna fail in that day. Them chariots gonna go through there. The missiles are gonna fly right through there. Iran's gonna, Iran. I forgot what's his name, the prime minister or whatever. He said he wants to blow Israel. Yeah, Iran. He said he want to blow the face. He want to blow Israel off the face of the earth, man. He want to blow them off the face of the earth, and he gonna hold. And the Lord's gonna allow him to hold true to his word, man.
Yep. Back in Joel chapter 2 verse 7, it says, "And they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks." Man, going into what the brother was just saying, man, the missiles are not gonna, ain't nothing gonna stop these missiles, man. All right, not one missile, all right, is gonna be stopped by S-400, S-500, S-700. All right, it says, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks, man. All right, go ahead.
If I may add, because what are those missile defense systems? They're nothing more but more missiles. They shoot missiles to destroy the missiles. So those missiles are not going to hit those missiles, but they're going to destroy other shit. So meanwhile, those nuclear missiles that were supposed to get hit by the defense system is still going to hit their targets. All right. So matter of fact, we read it earlier. What was it? Matter of fact, read that verse again, because we read earlier about the weapons of matter of fact, let me get it again. Read that verse again, Babu Kusha.
Joel chapter 2, verse 7. Aria, were you saying something, brother?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay. Verse 7, it says, "They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks."
All right, that's the reason they're not going to break their ranks is because of this right here, Isaiah 13 again, verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord is what it says, but even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So what? Yahweh's spirit is going to be in them. The missiles are going to be guided. They say, oh, they got GPS tracking, whoop de whoop. They got their coordinates to lock onto when they come down from the atmosphere, whatever. No, it's going to be the spirit of the Lord guiding them nuclear warheads to their targets, man. And that's why they're not going to break their ranks. They're going to hit their targets. When all these missiles get shut off, you know, they got all these different movies showing all these missiles being shot off, you know. Hey, when that happens, all the missiles are going to reach their targets, man. Not one of them, not even one is going to break their ranks. It's not gonna go off. It's not gonna, like, you know, you see North Korea testing their missiles and it's like squirming and shit, comes back down. You know, when they were in the early stages. But no, when the Lord has this judgment come and the missiles get shot off, hey, all of the missiles are going up and they coming down on their targets wherever the Lord has them come.
This is verse 8. It says, neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk everyone his paths, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
So they're not gonna collide in midair. All right, the warheads ain't gonna come out the ICBM and all of a sudden they crash into each other. You know, none of that. Nah, they're gonna reach their targets, man. That's as the scriptures say.
Okay. Verse 9, it says, they shall run to and fro in the city, they shall run up upon the wall, they shall climb up upon the houses, they shall enter in at the windows like a thief. Right? So they're gonna, hey, these missiles, they're gonna come in, man. They're gonna come in from everywhere. All right. It said they're gonna come up, run up upon the wall. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows, man. So they're gonna come in through those small crevices that these nuclear defense systems can't defend, man. Because like that video Russia sent out, man, those missiles are gonna be able to maneuver around those defense systems, man. All right, so they're still gonna creep in. It don't matter how close those defense systems are, they're gonna creep in through that little sliver, man. All right, ain't nothing gonna stop those missiles. And even if they get caught in the zone, they still gonna make it through there, man. All right, Ariel, you got something?
Yeah, I do. But keep reading. Read verse 10 and 11, or verse 10 at least.
Okay. Verse 10, it says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Why is that? Right. Because when them missiles drop and they detonate, again, we're talking about millions of warheads dropping. Okay, it's gonna leave a plume, which is gonna basically blot out the whole the heavens. It's gonna blot out the sky. Read that one more time.
Verse 10: the earth shall quake before them.
Right, it's gonna quake. It's gonna quake, man. When them things hit the ground, it's gonna like the brother read earlier. The earth is gonna move to and fro like a drunkard. All right, because we're talking about megatons, maybe gigatons. Who knows how big it gets? But go ahead.
It's gonna trigger earthquakes throughout the whole world, man.
Yeah.
Here in America, man.
Volcano eruptions. You know, Earth is gonna go out of its course, man.
Yep.
Hey, it could cause a hurricane because the shit is gonna be so devastating. It could cause a hurricane because think about it. When the smoke is all in the air, it's gonna be hot air and then cold. You know, it's gonna be it's gonna be a bad time to be on the earth. Lord willing, we on the chariots when it happens.
Hell yeah. Go ahead,
says, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Talking about the nuclear clouds, man.
Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah, plumes. Yeah, it's gonna blot out all the whole heaven. It's gonna be freezing down here. You know
what do they call it? A nuclear winter.
Yep, exactly what they call it. It's gonna be nuclear winter. It's gonna be freezing down here. It's gonna be like your brother just said, terrible time to be alive on the planet Earth, man. So like, brother, you know, Lord willing, we ain't even in this bitch no more when that happens. Because it's gonna. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say because when the missiles start to getting close to landing, that's when we're gonna start getting beamed up. That's when people are gonna be, you know, in that amazement and looking at us all shocked, like we were going into at camp.
Hey, and the scripture don't specify how long we gonna be in them chariots. Hey, we could be in there one day to us, but that'll be 1,000 years down here. You know, let the smoke clear out. Hey, we don't know. We just, you know, we don't know.
Speculate.
But, yeah, we just speculate. But hey, no matter how long if we, because you know we're gonna be in the
rejoicing with
out of these mortal bodies. You know, we're gonna be rejoicing when Yahweh Shai. Gonna what's it called? We're gonna be in a spiritual sense, so to say, and we're gonna be out of time, so to say. That, you know, that's what I'm trying to get at. We're gonna be out of time, as far as being on this earth. You know, we're not gonna be living the minute. You know,
because the Lord said, you know, He prepared a place for us. You know, so we might be able to rock out somewhere else while this shit down here is fucked up. We don't know. We don't know. That's the thing. We can only spiritually speculate how this thing is gonna play out. But the point is that this place is gonna be destroyed by fire, right? And it's gonna be a world war, which is gonna lead up to it, and it's basically gonna destroy 2/3 of our people, and most importantly, is gonna destroy the nation of Edom. Let me get something real quick. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and 7 says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts of armies, is wisdom no more in Teman? Counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. Okay? And that time is going to be the time of the war, all right? And the coming of the chariots, coming of the Lord. Yahweh Shai come back. Okay? So this is all going to be when those missiles are shot off, that's when you're going to see the chariots come back, and the Lord is really going to visit Edom. Okay? And the wise men of Teman, hey man, that goes back to the Germans, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
They're the ones that the smart guys that made that split the atom and the whole brought the whole nuclear shit into effect.
Perfect. A perfect example is Albert Einstein. That devil. People like to praise him and shit. Oh, he was such a genius. Really, the nigga was a moron, but he was part of the Manhattan Project, and he helped make the nuclear missiles. He was a wise man of Teman. He was a German.
See that?
But people praise him. People will praise him, but Nikola Tesla, which had way more inventions that actually you use today, and he made it so you could have free energy for everybody. They killed the nigga because he was a Jake, really.
Stole his inventions, his patents. The other nigga. Thomas, thank you. The other nigga
invented the phone. I think he even invented the phone. I think he lived in the late 1800s or something like that. He invented some kind of phone system. I forgot exactly what it was.
It was all free energy, everything wireless, this, wireless, that. He had it all.
That's what it was. It was a wireless phone. But that didn't come out till the late 1990s and shit, or 1980s, whatever. Come on, man.
Yeah, you see that? So I mean, this man's kingdom's about to fall, man. And those same Germans, those Nazi scientists that America stole, to bring to create the atom bombs and all that. Okay, those are German inventions. Yeah, those are German inventions.
Let me look up that word. Let me look up Manhattan, because why they got Manhattan, New York, which is like the key place in New York. And then they had Manhattan. Let me look up the etymology of Manhattan. Let's see what's behind that.
I don't know if it's a Gadite word. I don't know what that is. Yeah, look that up.
Here it goes. It says Manhattan, main island of New York City, from Dutch, from a native name perhaps, blah blah blah. It says island where one gathers bows. Ooh,
bring it out. Bring it out.
Ooh, what are the bows? What are the bows and the arrows? Huh? Let me read that again. Where one gathers bows as the name, and then it says as the name of a cocktail. Okay, so they go. So, but where one gathers bows, where was the Manhattan Project? They call it the Manhattan Project.
Come on, bro. That's spiritual, bro. I never knew that.
Yeah, me neither.
Gotta look it up. Read it. So, was it bows? You said land of what?
For Manhattan, it says where one gathers bows.
Oh man,
that been at the bow. The description don't say. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I must be Jeremiah 51. Let's see. Is it 51 or it might be 50? Yeah, it might be 50. Let me go back to 50.
Possibly. Yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. We're talking about this words through the spirit. Gather the bows. All right, man. We're talking about nuclear arrows here, man. We're talking about arrows shot from one continent to the other continent. All right, that's how the scriptures describe these things.
I got it right here. This is Jeremiah 51, and I started 1. Thus saith
Yeah.
the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind.
Yep.
You know that to be the that nuclear destruction. What was the best? The besom or the besom?
Yeah, to be some. Yep, you're right. That's how you say it.
Verse 2, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. So that's talking about all these nations that are going to come against Babylon, which is America. There's going to send nuclear missiles. All right. Verse 3, against him that bendeth the archer, against him that bendeth the archer, bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigadine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. There you go. And where was the Manhattan Project? In America. And here it's talking about against him that bendeth the archer, bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigadine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host.
See, this is prophecy coming to pass right now. All right, so this is something that's written to come to pass here in America. All right, we're not talking about just in other countries. We're talking about right here in the land of the free, home of the brave, so to speak. Okay, so this is written to happen. All right, a nuclear destruction here in America. All right, here it is. America was the first one to drop atomic weapons on another nation, which was a success, and it was devastating. It was one of the most frightening things the earth has ever witnessed. Yes, all right, and it's going to happen again on a high level, and this is when Esau is basically getting ready to exact his new world order, but he has to. It's going to be a fight at first. You know, he's got to fight against the Russians. He's got to fight against these other nations. Esau's going to try to exact the new world order. All right, and it's going to have to be through fire.
Hey, that's why the scriptures say, like you said, that he was the first one that dropped the missiles. That's why in Isaiah 14 it says, "Is this the man that made the whole world to tremble?"
Yep. Did it say kingdoms? Yeah, it's him. It was Esau the whole time. It was this little man the whole time, the weakest, this weak Edomite. All right, little cracker boy. All right, little pussy boy. This man here is just the fright of the whole earth. All right, he runs everything, and he's trying to bring his enterprise into effect, and he's not going to be able to do it. I got that right here too. This is real quick. Job chapter 20, verse 23. When he's about to fill his belly, God, or the Most High, shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Okay? And I'll read the next verse. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, talking about them silos. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall, terrors are upon him. So it's gonna the same weapon that he thinks he imagined, okay, is gonna come upon his gall. Okay, it's gonna terrify him. Okay, because those same missiles that he's shooting over there, they're gonna be shot over here. All right, Israel's gonna get hit, America's gonna get hit, Russia's gonna get hit, and all these other heathen nations are gonna get hit as well. But more importantly, all the Edomite nations are gonna get hit. It says he shall.
Yeah, real quick, I seen a video just pop up from GMS Born Again. It says a broken treaty and a warning from Russia. And then in the thumbnail, the video he's doing the video on, it says Russia warns of retaliation as Trump says will exit nuclear, deal or whatever. So that's the spirit, just to further prove that this is the spirit. But go ahead,
No, that's beautiful. You see, and that's just proven prophecy to be true. The Bible to be true. Okay, it says he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. So his own shit's gonna strike him through. All right, it's gonna put him down, and then on top of that, the chariots as well. It is drawn; it cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. and this is written to happen across all of anywhere Esau dwells. Okay, it's going to be a sore destruction for his ass. We're talking about death at a high level. Germany, all those Edomite nations out there, they're all going to get struck through. They're all going to get blown through with the sword, with the iron weapon, as it says. The iron weapon is the missiles. All right, the iron weapon. It's clear what we're talking about here. It's not even a question of I wonder if it could mean that. No, that's exactly what it means. And if you don't believe missiles are in the Bible, then you're a retard.
Hey, like real quick, like Hulk Hogan used to say. I think it was Hulk Hogan, or no, it was Stone Cold. It might have been Stone Cold. He used to say, and that's the bottom line. Hey, the bottom line is America's gonna be destroyed. Nuclear missiles will devastate the world, and the Esau's is going into slavery. That's the bottom line.
Simple mathematics. If you don't get it by now, then prepare to feel the same wrath Esau's gonna get. You're gonna feel it too. This is Isaiah chapter 34:1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations. So this is not just Esau, this is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. The mountains talking about their government. Yeah, the water. Verse 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth from a vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. So it says the heavens going to be rolled together as a scroll. And again, when you picture a nuclear blast and that plume goes up and it starts rolling out over the clouds, look like a mushroom. All right, it's rolling out like a scroll, like when you take a scroll and you roll it down. You're here, see here, what you got? You're here. You know how the old scrolls. All right, that's how the scriptures used to be written. All right, all the Old Testament scriptures were written just like that, and it rolled out just like the missiles are gonna go. Go ahead.
What they do is they would lay it on the table and they would open it like this.
Like so,
like that, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what that mushroom cloud do. It goes up and then it just opens up like that.
You gotta be kidding me.
That's what chapter what book was that?
That's Isaiah 34.
So that's how Isaiah could explain it to the best of his ability, because he's seen it in a vision and he said, oh shit, that shit looked like a scroll opening up, because he literally saw the destruction of America among other prophets. They literally saw the nuclear missiles being let out and destroying. They literally saw that. They were there. They like physically were there. They show these movies where people have these visions and they're like walking around in the vision. That's how the prophets saw these visions, man. And then they would come back into their body, so to say, and wake up and then start puking and shit.
Verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Which is the Greek way of saying Edom. And matter of fact, and on this the online or etymology online, whatever that website's called, you type in Edom, and it doesn't even go to Edom. It'll just say Idumea, but it'll tell you the Greek way of saying, or the Latin way of saying Edom, or whatever. I forgot exactly what it says, but they refused to put Edom on that website. You know what I'm saying? Idumea, Edom. So just in case somebody want to bullshit around, but what it specifically said that it's going to come upon Edom, because what? According to biblical prophecy, Edom would be the last person to rule before Yahushua returned. According to 2 Ezra 6:9, Esau would be the end of the world and Jacob be the beginning thereof. So of course it's going to come down upon Idumea, because Edom is going to be ruling the world. Really, the main place of Edom is in America. Idumea is in America mainly. But what? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. They have their hand among the whole world. And what? And like I believe you said it earlier, y'all. You said that I forgot exactly how you said it, but you said that he made these missiles or something like that, and it's going to destroy him.
Huh.
But here's a quick reason for that. And this is what Yahushua said. That's why Yahushua said it unto Peter. This is say Matthew 26:52. Then said Yahushua unto him, put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. So guess what? Esau's the one taking, because Esau's blessing is the sword. So if the Messiah himself said that all them that take the sword will perish with the sword, what is Esau doing? He's the one ruling the nations. He's the one that conquered the world with the sword. So guess what? He's going to perish with his own sword, which is going to be these missiles that he's making.
Cut.
And no way around that.
Yeah, no way around that. That's his blessing, and he's known as the sword of the Most High. Okay.
Yep.
So you got to understand. You got to put it all together. So again, my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Again, that's referring to the missiles. So that's the weapon of the Most High's indignation. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. All right, because they're gonna be doomed, and upon the people of my curse, Edomites, to judgment. Okay. Verse 6: the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. You understand? We're talking about Edom.
Exactly. In that land of Idumea is here in America. The land of Idumea, because what it say? He got a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
That's what he says.
Where's the only place that's gonna be wiped off literally the face of the earth? This whole America, man. Israel too, but America is that place of great judgment, man. Great devastation, great destruction. Because
the difference is, sorry, because we finished your thought. No, finish your thought, brother.
Now you got it.
I was saying because Israel. You see, the difference between Israel and America is that Israel is going to be built back up. The Lord is going to fix that back up through the spirit of the slaves and of our work, or the heathen workers. They're going to build Israel back up to be a beautiful land. All right, yeah, it's going to be destroyed, but the Lord could clean that up with swiftness. The difference is America. That's gonna be a monument of our oppression. It's gonna be a constant reminder of what we have to go through to get the kingdom of heaven, where we're gonna finally be in perfection. So when we see America, it's just gonna be a land smoking, like you mentioned there earlier, of all types of wild beasts, desert creatures. Gonna be number of reptiles and falcons and eagles and all types of unclean birds and animals. That's the only thing living here.
A desolate wilderness. And that's why you're saying it's going to be an example. Well, what was the previous example? Egypt. And according to Jeremiah 16 and 14, it shall no longer be said that Yahweh brought us out of the land of Egypt, but he brought us out of the land of the north and wherever so he scattered us. But it specifically said out of the land of the north because this is going to be that great memorial for forever. People are going to know that's where the children of Israel were held in bondage, and the Lord made that great deliverance from. Because of those missiles, though. Like the whole topic of this video is of those missiles. What's going to make this place desolate? Those missiles, man. Nuclear weapons. And that's how the cookie crumbles.
Let me finish up on this, and if we don't got anything else, we'll go ahead and close up.
Yep.
This is Joel chapter 2 and reading verse 11. It says, "And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great." Talking about those nuclear missiles. "For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it?"
Who? Esau, you definitely can abide the terror of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And that's why brothers got the fear on them. That's why brothers are out there in the highways and byways, because we literally have fear and terror on us that it's possible that we can get stuck up in the midst of all that action. All right? In the midst of a nuclear war. We don't want to be a part of that. So that's why we have the fear on us. It says, who can abide that? Read that last part again, Akio.
It says, "For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it?"
Khan, you see that? At the water, because at the end of the day, man, all reference goes to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Waharakak Wadash, because at the end of the day, we know that this is his the nuclear missiles are the weapons of his indignation. He put the spirit on Esau to develop these things. All right,
You read
he
it in
put the spirit on
Jeremiah.
him. Yeah, you just read it. So it's it's only perfect that this it happens. It ends this way. It ends in a blast. You know, pun intended. Okay, a nuclear war. Okay, and when it does happen, you know, the elect is going to be safe, and that's the beautiful thing about it. The elect of the Most High, the one the world calls God, is going to be safe. They're going to be in the chariots watching it happen from above. We're looking down through the firmament, while the whole world who looked at us as pieces of shit, they're now looking at us go up and be saved and carried up into the heavens. Oh, swing low, sweet chariot. Okay, well, and then the next thing they see is the destruction, missiles flying out of the sky, pure destruction. All right, time is just going to slow down for them. Time is going to stop for them while they're being burnt up, and they're going to feel every inch of their skin peel off, and they're going to be alive. And that's the beauty of it, because we told you, and you didn't want to hearken on it. We've been telling you this thing. The elders been telling you for 30 years. Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Rakha, they've been out there for 30 years, man. And you didn't listen to them. You didn't listen to them at all. Okay, you got Akim out here on every corner in America, and you still want to be proud, and you don't want to listen to what we got to say. Well, guess what, man? Good for you when that day happens. Lord willing, I get to see it from above, because I do not want to be a part of it, and none of the brothers. So it's all about the elect at the end of the day, man. All right? But that's all I got to say about that. That's a beautiful scripture to end on. I don't know if anybody else got anything.
Kind. Well, hey, people like to talk about the Big Bang. The Big Bang. Well, they're gonna experience the Big Bang real soon. And that's what's they this, you know, these atheists, Scientology people, or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves. They like say, oh, everything came from the Big Bang. Well, everything's gonna restart with that Big Bang, and it's gonna be those nuclear missiles that's gonna make that Big Bang.
That's right. That's right. And you can say whatever you want to say, man, but that's the Big Bang. That's the Big Bang, because that's gonna bring the new. And you know, matter of fact, it's beautiful they want to put it like that, because the Big Bang is what's gonna bring the real life into effect, the real universe and righteousness into effect. Like, you think the Big Bang y'all talk about, y'all theory brought the universe just by chance? Well, no. This is the Big Bang that's going to bring you out of power and Jacob into power. All right, under Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is going to be running the show. We're going to be joint heirs with the big brother. All right, and you're going to be a slave, Esau.
Because that Big Bang is gonna resort all the elements back to their basic state. So then the elect can, with Yahweh Shai, they can come in and manipulate them elements and do what they gotta.
Spiritual powers, baby. That's a whole nother lesson. We get into
Yeah.
spiritual power. We're gonna be able to control elements. All right, like the Avatar. All right, like Captain Planet. All right, we're gonna be able to do that. And you're gonna just have to watch and be mad, Esau. Yeah, we're gonna be doing it with our minds while you're trying to go into a laboratory in a petri dish and figure it out. No, we're gonna be doing it with our minds. Okay, we want to make it cold in the room. All we gotta do is think about it. All right. So you just enjoy your kingdom. All right. Enjoy America. All right. Read Lamentations 4 and 21. That's for you. Okay. Enjoy it, because this is your kingdom, and it's not much time left. So enjoy every bit of it. Go out. Go out to eat on Saturday, Friday, and Saturday. Go take your wife. Go out and eat. Go to the game. Go to the dog races. Go to the horse races, and enjoy life, because you don't have much time left in here, and it has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with the one you call God. He's the one that's pissed off, and we're just telling you that the Most High Yahweh is going to come and get you. All right, go ahead and close it out, my young.
Come. So with that, Lord willing, you Akim, you sincere brothers out there, man. You were edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. We want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rachak Dash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of the great millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth. And with that, brothers, we want to say Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.